better saying,
Ayo Binia Bema.
Bibi Akui.
Ah, better Bibi Akui. Me Ghana see I eat a Bibi Kuyi say. Ah, young upon a near Namo. Onimu de Anka, a dear Bibi Ankoyi. A chat near the Namon.
But CPP Boko.
Oh, CPP de Moy de Paboko. Bibi come the dear boy home. Naya Baji power, and yes, I ain't me and you crew and see what.
Ever had you
come across and fancy.
But my national headquarters, I know me found a war and why you feel.
Oh, one day see a painting that I say, you call you for a best painting, your problem crack. For painting, they say painting, they say intimate to painting. No, why they paint 700 a bucket too. 2 hours your dank see when you see paint here. How good the paint in a year 150 and then 700 a bucket. Bucket can say 700. Then I me to be 700.
Yeah, some.
Until you be painting. They say, dear, here and see a better a strategy. I yes, and ye shall inside the whole come into a shall near a strategy near there. I just say, ye boy, hona. Yeah, the idea. I don't so be saying, boss, more internal elections, no better. Oh, you better, in election year. Oh, there be a better crowns and election year number. Oh, any problem, cry. They say that she be at 1,000 for 1,000. I do raise funds. Oh, okay. 1,000 for 1,000 or more. And I'm not sure saying. Say nipa 1,000 will be a 1,000 Ghana cedis through Momo, through check, whatever. Minimum of 1,000. You be 1 million Ghana minimum. Okay. Nipa could be a 1,000. Yes. Yeah. Pesi a be how be a Jessica Kessie. Be say 1,000 for 1,000 less or more. The number launching at the bank, and I'm pound to mother. Oh, yeah, pound to make a cranty, a big launch very soon. Okay. Now, Ubia or Dogana, Ubia or Dog CPP, Ubia with names as a see a quiet name. Na yes, a sunny man, Ababa Soya Sne. Na we a legitimate money, a deba ye juma. Mo campaign, ye dear campaign in my baby, a gusua, yes, a gusua, ye, you might be very soon, ye dear timetable for a flag bearer name. Yeah, parliamentary elections in Yababa Tuja na Ubie. Oh, okay. But I'm a delegate. So delegate your list near set. Oh, BBI set your album, your BBI or what, baby. Near Maka Crabby is see any time and near Deca Crabby, but I resolve in you be a betty. It is a decision, as I say, a parliamentary candidate Mubenya be in each constituency, and I'm more selected constituency. And select ye benya be a strength, be a benya be or baby, because ye near break. Ye near break passes ye to the BIA nyebi. 2020 na ye selected kakra, but this time round there ye con all out because any brea basis ye timeji Ghana si ho. Ye ntimenyi Ghana si also so ye ni omo tie chi or parliament. Ntino. Ye near de ekoi de ye ntime anye Ghana si ho asembeba. In the top of your mind, no constituency be because a constituency we inquire dear. Oh, but any conference be a win quality. Oh, what's the region? Say Lembele Jomoro after the Lembele moving here. Oh, yeah, Benya. This time you're near Brew. Ufuzi Diagro. Oh, master, what they are more trendy, busy. I mean, Miss Crame Quasca, my brother Kwame busy. I'm so what is here so Quasca. I'm me come at this MP for say, maybe the Omon penny, I'll sky or Mudia. I may Quasca straight. I'll squash all no, my Mrs. Who, my uncle. I don't know, my uncle. Oh, my media so here you penny one time we check time and near free party near you pin and no member. She say, from MPP on your member view. My command card. I have grandpapa crying about the casa from a saman. Lembele mobeji seed nefri ama kofi bo ansem. Well ni enti menye. Ama kofi bo a wonim no. That me ni mama kofi bo a otize me nua na election de emfa ho nipa wo. Oh ye sure so beji the seat efi ama kofi bo ansem. Yenti adenti ne seat ye de na je. Hu de why on the conference. Ene de emfa ho. Edu ba bia na ho afono nipa. Ade kwa me nkroma wan siesie Ghana na ye kutia no. Ene de wo ka de na eze wo didi agro. Mate. The last CPP victory in that constituency, Freddie Blay. Yeah, Freddie Blay. In the 2008 elections. And for whom? Then people who opposition 35 years and no mubenya a. 35 years or no opposition. 20 and no cry a boa 2001 and no ubia unit. Say Jacob for winning. It's election said there. I mean, power there. Obedience silent, founder of MPP. So, or call butterfly a single.
or a founder of MPP. So Momu need one founder.
One of the key founders of MPP.
Say no different from founder.
But say key founder will be so no nam ho bebre answer diocese or no be flag bearer. Anti politics the dynamics are different. Unti mean cast say ni say na tie. And the afa logic in your politics.
Mama unu ya no na kwa ba na masen aba. Na afa ya hwe November 4 abatwa e ba betuto. Yeah. Me mean dey ya. Ano ya kwa ba etesen. Ye
ja me hu ye.
Bibi aboko.
Ai bibi aboko na wo hu ye.
Nyame adom. Adenta nso boko.
Adenta boko. Michia adenta fo nyina. NDC ewa adenta and adenta fo nyina.
Is it a seat mo be maintain?
You be maintaining.
Adenta.
Sure. You be maintaining.
We are sure.
Yes.
Definitely. Why are you pessimistic about it?
Adenta constituency.
From projections, no. You be maintaining.
Oh, okay. Like internal polls are more than adeno.
Patrai.
Wow, that's interesting.
Watch the space.
Wow.
So more unity.
Because some people for the new face about.
The new face eba ampa. Na NDC bebo adwuma.
Ewa Adenta.
Aye.
Hey. Wow. Adenta constituency. Hey, okay, we'll see how that one will go.
Ebeko very, very well.
Yeah.
I assure you.
I think Enobeye springboard for a bigger NDC victory in the 2024 elections. So
great victory. Massive victory for NDC and Ghana. Second liberation from autocratic, corrupted, visionless New Patriotic Party.
Wow. Nana Oye. And the second liberation of Ghana from autocracy,
corruption, negligence, visionlessness, incompetence.
Hey. We'll see how that would pan out. But me say about how ma ya toa en common so enti Kozi Akosua Menu Bibia Ekoya, she would be on the ballot representing the NPP in the Adentan constituency. Kozi Akwa better saying Bibia
Boko is what
yeah danyame ase Adenta Boko Adenta seat here NDC for so munya mu mamu.
Oh, e code dada.
Adenta seat ne ko.
If you mun same
Adenta.
But let me
say for
but me the kinchia Adenta constituency from constituency executives, council of elders and patrons, coordinators, polling station executives say why there are several arguments on platforms but I like the nature of the campaigns, no.
Okay.
Despite all the back and forth. I know say November 4th, Senate General Secretary Bekawa Hano.
Yes.
So no can be we say aspirants no when they met you can see the say Odobi can be and to say na ye who know send radio and TV, so which means that sometimes the followers might get carried away thinking such as or that's the end of the party. But I believe say the New Patriotic Party it deepened democracy more than any other party in Ghana, and I know that after November 4th it's the birth was a rebirth of a vibrant, more determined party going into 2024.
And that includes Adenta constituency.
Oh, Adenta dear, me, you know, we have something in common. Me and Towahe.
Yes.
We went to the same school, so that's the alliance. Yes, but that's where we depart after gay, no. And also umbrella, and I mean fro the
same
yes, in Adenta no we have in common, and Mecca say oboni humodin pa. In fact, the primaries no. not mention na minim say wa winning because a lot of signals ne me pick here but me sua bibi so efi ono ni demo. It's not easy sometimes what we go through in the campaign yeah me call radio so they did their term allegations all sorts of things we just lift our heads up high and we wear it with grace and I know say she's been through a lot but she's come out stronger and also people say be a lose election but why inspire a lot of young girls you don't even know but me I'm a war elephant named there I took inspiration from you and also as a old girl I mean there are quite a number of us in the politics but front line there we are just a handful and it is good to see say mbano echo despite the challenges and everything and minim say come what me yes, so I would wear white, and the white will also signify victory.
Victory in 2024.
And she'll call me and say, "You said it."
I'll call you and say,
"The button is on."
MPC, Honorable Ramadan, you're retaining. Now watch the white.
That will be the proper showdown, and then the very proper showdown.
Yes.
Okay, we'll see how. But then, obviously, constituency of interest to many people, especially in 2024. Yes. And I don't know, say I say MPB did one term, right?
Yes, that's the history of the constituency. MPB year one term now. Wow. So it's and it's not, and it swings.
2024 will make history.
Okay, that would be the say movie. It will be the first time MPB retain his seat.
Yebe
Let's come back to summit. Nana Yajantwa on Saturday. NPP delegates 200,004 and Ekwakotuaba Eddie party the flag bearer. For the past few weeks, Eddie Hong Komo Eddie. 2 days to that crucial election. It was saying the watete, the who would do any to phone a man for din como, new to say.
Obi, my fancy, my fancy, my with you. Mammy fancy, mammy CPP from Penny Funya, and I'm a fancy, mammy sisters or more.
Yes.
But some Busa Samba once as a preamble. To see His Excellency Baumia, says an friend, on area flag bearer.
Vice President, sitting Vice President.
Okay. In this say, I am fan so dear ban, no by MPP flag bearer.
Yes.
This is a denta for bus supporter. This is Obama Kosisika, no Obama Contesica. Man over supporting.
My question really.
Maybe Savake, I say, me pese me. Now, on our contact. Any cozy when Oberman support and I'm pissing me.
Okay. The Oberman spokesperson's not in no
mammy. Now say I didn't me who anything. Mimi who is His Excellency Baumiano, a crewby swim say, Upper East to baby, what say, Omon Twaba money because you're not now.
Okay, baby, sir.
I was see, as I say, this is the first time MPP for Baba Twama Nordna.
Okay.
Now, they be a who MPP as a shanty party, a camp party. I was like, in the end, to Obama because you say we obey not now, but a dear bear pan obey it differently. Because obey you work can send me brave and some other will be crown put a term sheet. So many questions so on answer. So Mbekaya.
170 questions.
170 questions back. Oh, exam and country bed in pa 170 questions so the many pa back. Obey would say Oba my a friend is saying. The immediate the crowd will say, oh, you have limited taxation, more production, more exports. Let's just say imports there, then a back for more. Or the import substitution measures a better acquaint you are bear arrest seated in some the dead baby to say, will be our year playboy, political playboy, Jan train. Nina Masu. Na ade ba kwaya ne meko kasesi e beka se meni me ka asema men DC but on say nyina ye ka amanyosem efi so o start ade enra chi o se nra me hu no wo mu sister station so e na wonu pe na obetimi abiti His Excellency John Dramani Mahama into wo kasa nam se anepape oni ru efi se there other political parties ana I don't know what fixating the eyes on nipa back.
That's all. Or a realist. Or a realist, knowing which other political party like is who meet me for more money. Maybe the CPP is not part.
You don't know who he. How can he decide who will be party? How do you decide? we dem pacho me ba ono ankasa ne party na wo mu no emu atete o
MPP no
pacho emu ntete ye the biggest opponent ya Lanchiramatin obi ufuza ala na woko no oni nkrofo wo party no mo pe no ana ibiza o won nkrofo wo party no mo pe no ena eba abato on the larger scale enye delegates o ye nto constituency ye nto polling station o ti ase ye to ewo outsider enka party hu nti obi kokoshe boot no no to abama ala na bede wa hu ala won nkrofo wo party no mo pe no so wo opposition bi a it's so hwe ne party no timi united party because say no se kan so an woni a won free mo they say someone say o ma drop party so mo free
o ma sign MOU
MOU they see etimi sign enye legal document enye binding to tenam mpo wanko na de obeye a ono so elusive vote ho because Ken Nkrofo no so be on be very angry. They will not be happy in terms of the on ba be fine. They say we lose 2/3 o. Na ne de na ka 1/3 dey ono ane dia. Because delegates abato it's not the same as what to about on the whole. Delegates abato. And this is the whole to about. That is the point. It is so no share inside. And some of kwa CPP for ni NDC for ni PNC for asem. It's so show no one kasa. The all ba be inherit. As I say who nipa kro ye ni opponent. The opponent ni Alan. Because on any ba be pre-vote na fu say Alan nti adwuma be ba wa ye nka ni vote no otwe afiri. The majority of the votes be back from MPP because in Crawford MPP no more money happy. The last time me and Papa Peja ko oji kukurudu na pese meti asembi wa echi so obi ka kukurudu a anase wo ka freedom obi be kan bibi wa echi enso so manti obi a wono nkwa ne ho kasa sa because na me so pese metinti atiamu bi minim se maybe TV ne na mute sound ne dia but o kan na sisi ono nkwa ne ho na e kasa. Sometimes you call Crawford to one or Casasha body language as if see a happy woman into line and I am on my baby. I hope it can be any ho or sa will be and someone will be unsentient and the politics moody and Kaosa near Sechia.
When I walking,
because his excellency Baumia or sa will be unsentient. Mimi also be a session or
campaign.
What job platforms or Casavoko campaign, Crawford to only the DHS say or more ye. Into a person say Nkrofo to Malana and the biggest opponent near Lanchiramatin into one fan check. And this okoko show be there because obi no omo other parties muno. Obi a to man nipa o. Homa me to aba mam. Na wo wo de ne mu acheche. Nti emu acheche no, e se ho na wo hwe se wo wi a strategy a wo de be unite wo front no. En se o man hia. Because Ghana for there a wo nyi ne party mu ne de. Woman no my dwen se wanka no kra nkyere yin. Yes we a good leader who can be a winning to my wintimi nyina pi. Wo so mpe yi levy so to am ya pass yi levy.
Man ka obetima ye den. I
don't know to be a vice president of a country. Member of chairman of economic management it won't mean ya hwe na mani media so. It is only courage. Won't mean ya hwe. Ti don't mean hwe so no. Because I dear fire nyina ye ho ye nyina ye sunye se aban pese otutu ye bottom because sika na da ye wallet so no pese wo gi sika ekuta yan ye tua tax dada sika ye tua ho tax so pese wo san be gi tax wo so because sika da wallet so we tua tax so say your salary ya ti income tax wo so dada ya ti wo taxes nyina na ya san ba be ti tax bi wantimi anye hwe.
The bag doesn't stop with him as vice president.
So one person on chair say his excellency na nado and the killer tax nearby. Never umianka home. The bag stops with the two of them. We are an item.
Okay.
Ultimately, the vice and the president they are an item. There are instances the whole of cabinet is against a decision. The vice and the president are for the decision. Who vice president don't mean to whom free it is a man and wife. Won't mean to whom free or president to whom. And nothing as a we vice president, you need to have strategies. I bet me no president didn't come, no be and with. So we need our ability now. Nature so there's a problem. Because a vice president is supposed to be close to the president. Your time and they were power 1979. Degrab Johnson in Liman, they were very close. What do you mean, Rem? Me met me can because me papa no more. You cannot enter. Me to me cocoa be dear, but met me a camea me dear. What did they mention? It is Kwame Nkrumah and Crawford. Won't me Rem? So did they mention to your advice of excellence is also a foul. Or foul say. Economic priorities until no believe in or the fancy then no be at me. And doing another no so what can't some say tasum net tasum you be why. Into the bentin I won't call the was the piano nanka be who dancing. Won't me young who shows over be dear so. Now same be ban a better dear bet me wait me I can be a man. Went to me and calm wying. Already near me modding. And now say we see no she said government statistician for see 11 no the levels na ye nya the project ye nya nti aban nya ho bibi but his excellency wo see 11 ye hiafo na eye momo nti no me nya tie wo ha na apase wo see ayi e friend saying eye CD wo de handcuff to nensa wo de ama IGP wo nwane at that time na I think say 4.6 and na edru 12 edru 15 kra na ye hu de ye nti nsam ne bebre ho ka me nua na mfa so e den why leader besides unity when the party is very key why na near free ho na ode na ni hwe ba bi na wo kasa
it mean that you know ontimi wini and obe wini
when the on win say
mean day
awan win crown bank e be yi o nyina di e so otimi because ono na omo de o mani asi ne so so obe wini
general election na mo
almost on the bit me winning. Okay. But you see, the point is that Obi and no na chess MPP for my Lucy touch. Of course. Oma Lucy touch because omunko krum. Omo be dia de omo ja krum ko. Omo ja makola ko. Omo ja kwase adwa so ko.
Na ko ho adan na ekoso ho.
E ho na abetinsem. Obi me metina trotro mo. Metina ma ho na nsem no de bia ufa Uber sometimes me kasi on ma fa Uber
now no driver na bomb
ho na obetin se ho na information no wo ono na be because every day Uber nipa no fa nipa in and out oni omudi nkomo
oni omo ka so omo so omo mpe ba omi ana
omo mpe ne mpe ne chinam ka kire wo
Dr. Baomia
oh please I beg you MPP for nkwa it said the nkwa na oyire ho ye ofe apart from one obi ankasa oyire ho ofe enu bi na omo ye no unkwana hu yire a oyire hu ye ofe enu bi na MPP for ye no omukwa na ni ze Baomia na betimi a ya ma 8 years wentimi ansesa hwe decline na yewom ya bobusi almost 1 trillion. There's no innovative ways for us to generate income. Why your Bank of Ghana governor wentimi am my
deputy governor
the deputy there's so no deputy
assistant headmaster
no
there be a deputy
no or kase you want me nya hwe wono na oye ade okay those days na no campaign for his excellency Nana Addo no
okay
and oye economic theories in economic for and that time no onye vice president
no a running mate
no okay running mate no gearing towards vice
sure
wanya adwuma so oye adwuma ade na de obai wo se man kwan me I can never understand say a vice president can say finance minister man nya adwuma the finance minister and the vice why na e post
the vice president in cancer
asana ne nkrofo ne ka wo mo si kenofori atama ne nya adwuma wo say media me TSM allegation a me so me can allegation
but we can't allow
but allegation they won't mean repeat here
I am saying obi asi ya mana nya adwuma
obi hwan
officially in free ne home my I think let's be fair
nti dey be adwuma nti dey no went me anya adwuma dey be okay
on can so nti nya adwuma
okay nti what him baby please I beg you if you buy a ball of kinky for 5 cedis which was 1 cedi if you buy fish and no me kokoto kinky and fish ewo your friend is saying American embassy opposite cantonments opposite American embassy cantonments na me twam
yes
opposite American kinky ho
I say kinky another level
kinky American embassy hey
American embassy opposite
who say yeah maybe omu twetwa passport pictures
yes
no me na me nto bi
but so why you
that opposite go for 20 aduano I suspect say be e hona
obi person busu e ho wanu na to aduano workers a omu sisi edan wo ho to aduane wo ho Omo ba ba give visa nyu bia na wesika. Obi ba ba give visa nu je so wesika. Omo to aduane wo ho, ye toton aburo wo ho, ye ton banku ni nkruma wo ho.
Ama na ya afi no de bi kan, o de banku ni nkruma de ara.
Oh, ampa nkofo ton ba. Eno mi hu bi. Ye ton meat pie. Ye ton coke. Ye ton niam ni nyina bi.
Your point is na dokno ne boy den.
My dear, I'm saying say hwe dokno boy even watch dan me ka bibia nka me yesu me to watch me bisan say ni list or say 7 CDs. O say ni list or tin no. Na mpa cho ti 7 CDs go container mu na me se fakakra ka ho why.
Oh.
Yes.
CPP General Secretary.
And I said the General Secretary say me ho kire me. Me ho kire me to say any common person. CPP General Secretary me ho kire me.
Anyways, mate.
And me so on fakakra nka ho my dey say me talk watch 10 CDs. Watch near turn 3 CDs. Na wasn't in ma akoye me economics no. Me nya no book mo me ye ne de wo me boto ni de.
Practical economics.
I'm telling you. So how can you say near my okay? Unless woman to petrol obi. So we to fuel. Now with the call round, now with the year Juma, you really feel it.
Mamintie na no we mesan so about. Why? Na me ba one ka Kenya Japan as meaning on the way ruling out. Na me ba.
There be so one ka say me kan say.
Okay, me ba me waka. No, mamintie November 4th, 2 days from today. Eto san me pacho.
Same old Ekosiisen bibia. MPP political party na yehu say ewo ho no. Ayemre MPP ayemre soft
are you
weak MPP atete aye divided front problems issues challenges intokwa corruption scandals sesi akra pono Omo penning Ata Kennedy and several other penning for Omo kasa adiana mia sa corruption no
katasishe
no ene proye no any scandals no and mia sa se omo kasa penning for founders no MPP founders no omo kasa omo su say yan party no asay yet some of political scientists need become a political scientists on assessment say candidates ni crap why ya present omunyina ye weak omunyina aso ba we me ye benya time amano ene weak failure the scorecard fail we fail ye bema examples of his failure as head of economic management team. Yes. What's it? And Bank of Ghana call bankrupt 60.8 billion fail. The scorecard fail. What's it? And Moko 2 Amona Cathedral scandal cathedral and also so ahine koye. Let's look at that. 339 million score as head of economic management team fail. Yabe boboni nyina. Akoto honorable Akoto there no koye wo agric.
Oh, agric minister.
She to the extent say ni testament or the bekasa ne say we kotu bode e no de nenam stage so ewo assembly halls across the length and breadth of Ghana and also so no body and also Dakar mu and na ewo assistant nipa assistant and ordinanam and no and na ne testimony say as minister of agric no obeye bibi inti weak candidate then na obeye then the message kramenti
eye akoto afri
maintain the message ade am hu say osa adowa wo hwe social media so na osa adowa eno na me hu ye. If you ask me, I say, what is his message? No, maintain the message.
Revolution or the bad Greek when I want to.
Oh, there be. I die ni more there maintaining. Come me who post or ye campaign. Oniho.
Or
campaigning.
What
is his message?
No, but he says he would win the election actually.
Me just say ono de minti say o kasapo. Min kinkan bibia min hu ne video nothing. Kennedy Japan the same.
You've not heard his message?
I have heard his message, yes. But omunyina weak candidates. Inti they're just going to go through the motions on Saturday. Ghanaians yen expecti bibia ye were low expectation
of the
low not at time NDC yeah presidential. Look at the excitement. How many people are even discussing November 4th? It's not even and yes subject matter. Tiabre. Inti omobeko through motions. A week for now assessment to say MPP a week. MPP a divided or more divided front in Sembebre. Bosha now mo bo Ghana for say ye be say no omun to me in ye bibia o match Ghana abba form wo fa roads no so a potholes wo call hospital a edro ni ho bibia ye basa economy nyoma bo aye den enti omun ko say sika we are sure omo ye ni hope bia say anything will come because candidates ni nyina there
enye papa and no matter who they vote for no 2024 is a done deal for the
NDC.
And Mahama will trump any of these candidates on any day.
Ye weak. Weak. Do the assessment. Open your phone lines. Microphone can.
You don't think Dr. Bawumia changes the dynamics?
Ow. He is the worst the worst vice president that Ghana has ever had.
Really?
Yes, he is. If you like, I'll go through the score. I've told you that I'll go through his scorecard. I've talked about the Bank of Ghana scan. Onukrano, your deputy governor of Bank of Ghana. Inti, you would have thought to say our institutional memory, just say our experience, or your Juma or African Development Bank and others. But should there is see what Bank of Ghana? Say Bank of Ghana na omunya profit no. Sesiano omu enya loss. Sesia Ghana yen debt yen sika eka ye deno edoso no. As leader of head of economic management team for Ghana no. I would say 170 questions and I may lock it and no janenum or your campaign talk is cheap for Bawumia. Or say me lucky economy me lucky what Sidino Ekosiisen bibia 60.8 billion loss bankruptcy Bank of Ghana as vice president you were the former Bank of Ghana deputy governor and no member no fail.
But being an independent state institution, what could the vice president have done?
But he is part of the economic management team. And it comes under he's chairman. Yeah, chairman. And Bank of Ghana no comes under the finance and economy sector. Ghana. Into say what we are chair of economic team now. How can you say monetary constitution no more? Into he can't say anything. Say we just say economy is deteriorated. We'll see e-levy. First we'll say I don't support. Say I will see you support. E-levy no, it didn't yield anything. Fuel 13.9, inflation 13.9% in January, about 37.2 in September. Fuel 88.6 is being increased 126.6%, over 100% increase since January.
In fuel
electricity
prices.
Yes, electricity bills 27.2% and then 21.6% rise. World Bank say the whole of Africa yen ewo Ghana ena yedwane ne boye ding. Edwane boye ding. The whole of Africa. Inti Bawumia, what can you say? Candidates are MPP projected Bawumia. We are vice president. We do no campaign. Why are vice president for how many years? 7 years. 7 years. Say Africa nyina Ghana and aduane bo den. And a Bloomberg finance when almost say Ghana yen cedi no is the worst performing currency globally. We are seeing na cedi and our bond. It is a we are seeing na 200 cedi 200 over 200 last say yet classroom. Say we are seeing na countries not a classroom and I exam. Na Bawemia ono no ye prefect ono no chro paper no because ono no ye chairman of economic management team no into ono no chro exam paper no economics teacher no ono no ye student no ono no re ya re cedi no because ono eno can say cedi no wa lock
ediki na ma
IGP
yes
wo be ye vice president in charge of economy no one must see the new aye west just said Sydney aye west performing currency the whole world one breaking failure record we show international credit rating no amanoni agencies ni nyina one must see ya oma downgrade yen to junk status junk wa wo be lock no apeja Sydney no say ane Sydney no aye baller junk no aye baller Bawemia ama cedi no aye baller aye kraka aye ntumi fan ye bibia inti ye call euro bond no krapo no 2.3 billion no ye ntumi ye show dollar NDC time no na dollar no 3 rates no 3.9
3.6
now we ye dede Bawemia we ye dede sign and high way Bawemia wo buy no 2017 na call 4.4 2023 as a 2nd November it is 11.9 fail. This is the candidate MPP Edeko 4th of November as presidential candidate. Inflation 2016 17.45, 2017 12.37, 2023 as of July 2023 43.1. Look at the data. Is it not fail? Has it not increased? This is Obia the whole life our UK our finance and banking and economy our African Development Bank the whole life professional finance and economy and awaye into bedin say obeye vice president Ghana be peja ye benya sika but rather no ya conform. So that tells you his pedigree, his competency. That speaks a lot. Fuel prices 2016 3.59 for fuel petrol, 2017 4.8, 2023 12.35 under Bawemia. What is he talking about? And he no chair of managing Ghana's economy. Not gallon.
12.35
yes.
Yes, speaking notes.
Cathedral.
National Cathedral, you mean?
National Cathedral.
Okay.
Why you who Christian? It's fine. We are Christians, so we embrace you. Shasania,
55.75 for a gallon.
55.75
for a gallon.
For a gallon.
Okay.
Who to amrao? MPP under Bawemia onwe to amra etu in one of the most expensive places in Accra. Amrano $58 million, 142,000 cedis. Meanwhile, no, what's the Obama Ejuma? Bawemia si Obama Ejuma. Yensha 2021 population census 1.6 million Ghanaians and ni Ejuma with Bawemia as vice president. 1.6 million and ni Ejuma. This is your presidential aspirant? Is this the MPP presidential aspirant? Let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. Ghanaians deserve better. Be in your field. On any field, though, say na me a lawyer, no.
Yes.
On any field, their finance and economy. We're failing in Inflation fail. Dollar fail. Fuel fail. Bank of Ghana fail. Employment fail. High unemployment. See the nankasana or so be somuna locking no and look crowd went to me and yet. And no there why we fail. Until 4th of November, we have presidential aspirants. A Jumana or say Ghana for boss or
we're failing in. And you made a point say Ghanaians deserve better. That better no is John Mahama, I suppose. John Dramani Mahama.
Sure banker.
Okay. Mame na say na no ye mesan so aba ho bi we ko see sense na higher Sempa FM. It na all female panel so the munim say every other Thursday. Nana ya achempem jantoa ewa ha or a general secretary de ma CPP. Sound so ena Nana Oye Bampo Ado. Or a former minister of state in charge of gender, Mubi Brena in him through the advocacy and then you may be broye ewa sounds so and I call Adenta constituency MPP for enche ombetwaba one parliamentary candidate na Udru constituency ni manipa Brena ebo kozi akosua menu edin ono so we representing the NPP or a deputy CEO Ose Menka say me my say would do constituency ni mo a say unim kakra enye bebre
say otiadenta
enye bebre
otiadenta oh you resident
kozi enti my ntio moto about this Saturday meaning say onye delegate right
we are delegates. I'm actually a polling station chairperson.
Oh you are
so I'll be voting on Saturday.
Oh okay for polling station man no
NTHC
NTHC ewa Adenta
AMB yes ewa Adenta
and now a polling station chairperson
yes please
hey it would elections me etoma
Pacho Menjina elections
okay
we had there's a concession that was made
okay for polling station executives wow
yes
to be to Saturday
Pacho
hey it wa about what decide will be out to amano
oh minimum damage I'm some person with the micro. You do not decide for me, but let me say, to Amona, 7 to more, or one number 2. Obi, you asked a simple question. Ewaha. Nana ya use minutes to talk about one person. Was business in the party flag bearer characters and Tom. Uncle have more time on their hands to get it all done so that that person Nipano crab basic from Astati Juma on ye no you but Auntie Nanaya the fat MPP who biano we decided say enona it's important it's important make case be so say at any point in time,
yes.
MPP as when it comes to the flag bearer racer, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, and ya in a whipping boy, say be beer, I became gunuso, just to paint him bad, just to make him look like the worst thing ever, and to taint his record as a vice president. Now, Nanaya can be say, when it comes to MPP, if they are championing for Baumia, it means they are out of touch. You can't rank and file of the party. You can't polling station executives. You can't rank and file Obi, lawyers' room, doctors' room, market women' room, shoemakers' room. Just say every category of persons you can imagine, you find them as a delegate. Into say out of touch. Now, Obi Hoto embassy doc no dey. If that is not as out of touch as anything of all the places, American embassy now Koto doc no now they soup bomb. Pacho Mr. No, it's not fair. Let me. I didn't interrupt, please. Auntie, when I'm done, then you can come in. Pacho doc no dey. Yes, embassy doc no, but MPP is out of touch. Embassy doc no. Me sure say dollar equivalent now Koto. But it's okay. Now, it's important to note that
yes,
politics, science, political science is data, is information. You gather it, you assess it. quarterly, weekly, whatever it is, unim say information, I'll be taking decisions. It's obvious that everybody knows where the needle is pointing. Inti say young kashwe kwana, the obsession, and I say ye tu ye nie sinipa ba ko so ache say no bizam zena onwama kano promo campaign ya na bibina. Nobody's even talking about it. That's what my other auntie here said. Meanwhile, we're in the studio discussing it. So it means that it's important. Uye no fiwa references to people like Arthur Kennedy and Yahu Tamaklo, you can't call them MPP persons. Menkai the last time when they said anything positive about MPP. They are not the reference point for the party. And it's important that if we have to reference people, it's people in good standing who have the party's interests at heart. You don't reference people who have decided all out, say, Bibia, Ombekebia, Emboa party, Nombeka. Now, let's come back to Saturday. Saturday, polls have said it. The data is pointing to one person. And the agitation and the fear. And is it William Shaw not yesterday? Is it William Shaw not yesterday? Worry. What is that? For me, is it William Shaw not yesterday? Worry. The fear that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is going to lead the MPP party is palpable. Why? Because he's going to change the dynamics of politics in the country. Before that, Ekrampono, as running mate, or yet Nana Dodanko Ekufuado running mate, share a electoral experience, having canvassed back and forth across the country, the wealth of experience, every nook and cranny. In fact, most of the time, in campaigns, he literally takes the upper part of the country and focuses there. And we saw the outcome of it. 15 constituencies are not first cry. So if for nothing at all, if that was a litmus tester, say, on that score alone. Now, I would broadly put it into basically his experience as vice president, has having me running mates, being vice president now. Meaning vice president in the history of Ghana, Waye Jumati Sono, hands on, knows what is happening. When he articulates or Bano Bekasa or what the government has achieved, it's like a bird's eye view of everything. Where because Nebro Fukasabeye, there's an overarching strategy, and he breaks it down for everybody to understand where we are. The most difficult thing, which has a hit government way, and I said it here in your studio a couple of weeks ago, said there were no twin forces of COVID-19 pandemic. Yare sebi say bia virus no da hana what side step it and I say virus no da we cheat na wa dodgy. No, in the worst of its kind, we saw the whole world grind to a halt, and we saw economies try and some recover. Before that, Yefa Bloomberg me anti na no ye reference ya. Bloomberg literally referenced us as a miracle economy, that Ghana was well poised to do great things. 2019 article, no. And let me correct Auntie Nanoye when he says CD was worst performing of all time. No, that wasn't the first time that as or the prize never mind. 2014, the CD was the worst performing currency. Who was the president then? The president that or no the pandemic no when you. Ebola. Remember, Ebola. To explain your incompetency. You are now awarding an epidemic. Now let's deepen the education. Yeka pandemic no enye crow and regional. We are talking about the whole world, global. Into kase any yenya epidemic yenya Ebola or the Ebola no. Example.
It was not a pandemic.
We didn't even have Ebola deaths in the country. Although we had cholera deaths, 200. OTM fail no. And the biggest failure is cholera. One so and 200 we. Therefore, what business does he have want to lead Ghana again? His personality, Dr. Bawumia. Look at the uproar. Make us say uproar. Look at the things that have been thrown into the space, especially against him. Nema other people would get up and defend in the worst way possible because I say their backs are against the wall. But it's a measure of who he is. Say when the tide is high, you know, when the waters are rough, the biggest test for you is your emotional intelligence. Say you know what to say, when to say it, and you know exactly what to say so that your people will realize, say, you are the one who can take us where we want to go to. I've never heard him speak out of 10 in a derogatory way to anybody before. I would liken it to Nana Adudankwa Akufo-Addo as well. I've never president said what to say, we did you be a term and I say like a direct insult to never. Back to the message. VIP's message, Dr. Bawumia's message has been clear from the very beginning. I know he is presumptive flag bearer. Make up presumptive by Yatone Swaba, John Mahama.
Is that a sorry or main
name the message for 2024?
Manifesto out.
But manifesto cramba out, you would have an inkling of what he wants to do. In the toughest times this country has faced, and I believe that the toughest times this country has ever faced has been the last 3 years, especially from COVID-19, any war now other countries have had a direct hit or impact from. What would happen on November 4th, no? And yes, people are not aware of the times you are in, but it's a further belief that the best person to take us out of it, to help us recover, say party no bejina bibi pa na party na keka ne ho. Dr. FM. He's the only candidate Sebi Oko all the constituencies Oko campaign. He had a clear plan for polling station executives. Obi Owa polling station executive. Waye Juma. There are people I've met even in Adenta. But also 12 years ni or degree or masters.
Okay.
Onye Juma say Juma ba. I don't know where to just say Onibi. Ebi Oha ma bom we Juma, and I'm still working on that because after all, party in about power. Moi muye Juma polling station, so moi ne see ye pijamu. And it's not say the party can't dole out cash and say sika say they be aje natina skeke. No, it's to find opportunities for people to what to better position themselves. And the only person all the aspirants were articulating the vision for that to empower our base. Vice President. Minti say message only messenger. I'll tell you that especially when it came to my constituency, after he delivered the message, it was the one thing that those who had almost given up say, hey, and party no you know how it is. They saw that indeed what he said is possible to do just because of how he broke it down.
Now say be other candidates nearby one quarter meeting.
Say manko amiti
Ken buy
manko but utie the omoka in comparison say
the plan
adai ni mwamba
awama denta okay
adai ni mo ye na no ye candidate but Pacho Ghana for it no matter how we shout and pound the tables and everything on say eto de bia ye comparisons na. I laughed at some of the statistics she was given because see ever call John Mahama G
bring it on
or G touch no if he is a President Mills what happened when inflation pool it just started nose diving just say everything that was supposed to improve turn around. But later. But the point is on Saturday and what we want out of it. Clearly, all indications point to one person. How he's carried himself throughout the entire campaign. People are now talking about it. Obi Owa say, "Na me decide you." But Mati Bibi ne nyemede. I said na propaganda, but propaganda no man menyanji ho, and it's making me question everything that has been said. Nti papa ne de ne hojo. Or brand you know how people start, especially in the last days. People that I say you think say Obi, isn't it obvious? Say econo, but there are people who still haven't connected with what is being sold. The last days we make connections. Intro way muche and intro no no shit. Because sometimes you listen to some of the things and you're asking, say, na wine pan na or they a same way. I'm sure yesterday you had an interview on and I don't even want to raise it because it's so distasteful. But these are the things, and these are the last minute things that are desperate attempts. Say, you be can't to papa no so. In who say no, enough is enough. It's not to say that we have bad products or we have bad material in the party. Not at all. All the people that are standing, no. You some party. In fact, Adaini say most people, especially Gen Z for millennials, they don't even remember say he came third during a the last. They don't just say it's like he's a new person altogether to them, which tells us that some people are literally perennial aspirants. Obe rani na say ankwa yama na wakoda no wa train cycle no baby man no iden no pigeon. We have a fine opportunity to make a statement on Saturday. And that statement is to show that out of all the people that have stood on the ticket, say Kwama, ye 2 franc kanama, ever party no, all of them having worked for the party over time in various capacities. No, the one person who they feel, the majority feel, say, the battle scars are obvious. You battle scars. Me, I've never seen. In fact, we Nana Dankwe Akufo-Addo Fiwa. The most vilified would be your friend saying the vice president to me, because there are times that just by his delivery of a message and its impact and how it resonates with people, no, send and call for. Especially a umbrella gang, Miami, a anti a party, they won't be judged. A message, you know, they are attacking the messenger, but they are not speaking to the message. And people have seen his sweat, people have seen his dedication, and most importantly, his vision. So Munim said, "Dear Ejuma Pan and Ado Danko Akufo-Addo start, you know, on obe pager." Atwasu.
Mamina Sekozi, message swaba Ohobio Ekosiisen na haya Sempa FM. Let me read some few messages na fe yentwa dwumedie no esowe free Mago. Former MC Ewo Suhum. Ose Obi, good evening. Special greetings to all the ladies. Obi, the way Akosua supports Dr. Bawumia, there is no way she can even vote against Bawumia's brother-in-law. So the NDC is winning 2024 with the Adenta constituency as well.
She's also in Adenta.
Mago?
Yes, she is. We're in the same estates. Yes, Mago.
Okay. That's nice. Isn't it,
There are
Mago?
a lot of over 30 MPs live in Adenta.
Oh, 30.
Yes, since I showed interest. No. Yeah.
Omunina frefrem.
It's very interesting.
Wow. Yeah, that's it. We say Obi. Enablers of JM who face difficulties addressing even basic issues like cholera are now attacking Dr. Bawumia. It's truly disheartening. Mr. Mohammed's performance as president was subpar, and he still lacks the essential qualities needed to drive positive change in our nation. Samuel, Brian, Boabing, Eddie, and on a Big Boss Canton. And Big Boss Canton says, Obi, the World Bank has described the Naira of Nigeria and the Kwanza of Angola as the worst performing currencies in Africa so far in 2023. The organization said both currencies have depreciated by nearly 40% as of October 5th, 2023. And the list includes the following: 1, Nigeria, 40%, Angola, 40%, South Sudan, number 3, 33%, Burundi, number 4, 27%, DR Congo, number 5, 18%, number 6 is Kenya, 16%, Ghana is number 7 with 12%, Zambia, number 8 with 12%, and Rwanda is number 9 with 11%. Big Boss Canton. Yeah, that's it, Papa. This one says, Obi, good evening. Why doesn't Nana Iya spend her time and effort to bring up her CPP to at least get members of parliament? Edwin Watakrade. And he again says, Nana Iya, you seem to remember a lot of history. What was the cedi to dollar rate in 2009 when President Kufuor handed over to the late President Mills? You remember only the rate when President JDM left office. Was the exchange rate same as January 2009? I pause for an answer. Edwin Owo Takrade. Ekosiisen, a Director of Student Affairs for TAIN, which is the NDC's student group. What's it, Obi? Kindly tell her, that's Nanaya, that she's a strong force in the political space now. She should consider joining an equally strong political party to make her even more relevant. The NDC can be an option. In the Ekosiisen, the invitation we are Nanaya Jantua. Nana minim sa obeje edi atomodia. But we'll come back to that. We say Obi. Nanaya is a smart lady, pa. She knows CPP will never win any election in Ghana. So all what she's doing is to help the NDC to win so that she can, she can get an appointment by another way. David and Nkrumah any way, but David, yeah, that's it. Ma Yenshawesa Obi, if you cannot buy paint to paint your offices, how can you pay your polling agent? Seke enso dia or dia ba enono it. Where's the Obi? Nanaya Apache they talk, Papa. Even the party structures crowd, they are not able to get that done. And look at her now in the studio. Or say they asempa. Okay, one for Udin and but the CPP will shock many people in this country. Ma Yanshana Yantwas Ekosiisen, so my message is not a dorsal. Let me do this. When I come back, I'll read the remainder of your message. You will still have another round of discussions to do. Na afe yetimia twas ba ansa na me pacha we here was send me di tudwa na mu nyina mu tibi. Salvation Army sorry no. Sorry kuku dampa na omodi free screening any surgeries jumedie bi eba and the cat surgery and am bebre na fe operation ye be operation kama the medical ministry international omoni Salvation Army wo urban aid clinic bi ewo mamobi area ho urban aid clinic adwuma omo bo ho na se wani ensa wo kache na any Salvation Army urban aid clinic the medical ministry international common to my album na omo ba be surgeries for needy people mu nibi omo be surgeries e de amamo kwa kai say medical ministry international a Christian non-profit non-governmental organization na de omo ye nyina ne say omo boa amanfo a ehia ayarehwe ohia surgery ne sa ne me wo bebia ohia nimi e wo mo ba e be yema mo free. And the Salvation Army Urban Aid Clinic. Ewo mamubi. One of the several health facilities are sorry no SC. Na the issue omoni swane say health services omoni be call wiase afane nyina na etimi aboa afofora enibi. Into omoni Medical Ministry International akabom, the omo kenyina so omba be free screening. Na oma select cases ewo so omo surgery. 23rd November and a free screening no ebebaso ewo urban aid clinic just behind Accra Girls Senior High School ewo mamobi surgeries nankas do mo sha 13th November ya to 25th November omo yes surgeries bebre hernia circumcision for abnormality ombe adnexal procedures ombe soft tissue masses ombe amount for fibroid nioma bebre and omo for free you know inti onte bibia maka wa hase afre number we see na omu na kokoye screening no say hia so ombe surgery ombe amount free free shenen so free 0246 04 6716 0246 04 6716. Now no one into me any encomo. Again, the eagerly anticipated Pick 1 game and a Game Park Limited at the Aba in Kanomo Lanche Pick 4. Pick 4 you go so in the from 0 to 9 we pick 4 numbers a boom mawa and the only Pick 1 games waba. It come with a big bang. Choose your favorite number from 1 to 36. Stick and get ready for the excitement as we unveil the lucky number. And prepare yourself to unleash even more moolah. You can moolah is cash by sticking from either 1 Ghana cedi up to 350 Ghana cedis. Emu biya obetimi atwa. Utwana say one number now select and a boom emawa. your win no 26 times your stake. It is a emphasis which are 350 Ghana. Say o number back na choose yen ebom mawa. Ye amount 350 Ghana times 26 and only reward that will be it's amazing. And it just dial *946# *946# on all networks, or you can do that via their website gamepackgames.com. With my download your app and so live draw never so Doom TV, so they be 9 a.m. 12 noon 6 p.m. in the Game Park, more mola, more power. It's regulated by the National Lottery Authority, not for persons under 18. Play responsibly. Ansana no Panda Chinese cuisine ebo mo day papa Honorable Kojo Edu Asare bibia will be a Panda Chinese cuisine ne dia unim so ba obo de ro kama adwuma mo bon ope Chinese restaurant igina nice wo Ghana hapai na Panda Chinese cuisine okoho delicious egg fried rice, vegetable fried rice, your mount a choice of your beef or chicken in green pepper sauce, beef or chicken in Sichuan sauce, beef or chicken in brown chili sauce, your oriental spring rolls, your golden fried shrimps, your steamed dumplings, assorted soup noodles. In fact, nyoma di bebre okwa omoduane de papa open so place the order friend number we see 0240 90 3988 0240 903988. Now also kwaji waduane edi private part be na apso ye nipa be do or more 10-seater area cozy one pa we nye cozy akosu amenu davi and or more restaurant space nso timi fa nipa 35 at a go, you know, inti Ehoya Kama, Panda Chinese cuisine, your Ashalibotri School Junction, and the friend number 0240 903988. Now, no one into me any encomo. Mama, yentie we emra, ye bar. We'll do any other business. Stay with us.